please get to your seats and keep silence. Today we're about to unravel all the changes, chat. Alright. Sit back tight and enjoy the show, boys. First thing first, boys. Alright, let's talk about it. Unholy. Do we care about Unholy Decay? Honestly, I mean, you know, well, it's not bad, but we just want to see the bigger changes, okay? 4-piece change for Unholy. Now grants the Death Knight the Harvest Time buff if the enemy dies while Soul Reap is active on them before explodes. Again, minor change, more of a bug fix than a buff, but definitely would impact the DPS by a little bit. Like that little bit in Mythic Plus mostly. This is pretty much irrelevant change for raiding. But it could be better for Mythic Plus by a little bit, like that bit, like that tiny bit. You know, that tiny bit. But it's very small thing, so yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, so this is the biggest change for Pharaoh. So previously, guys, like a week ago, chat, I told you how Pharaoh is like one of the highest uncapped DPS classes currently. As soon as I said that, a week later, they nerfed their 4-piece set. They capped it to 8 targets, right? Pretty much soft capped 8 targets, uncapped obviously still, but does reduce damage beyond that. And this week, they decided to nerf that thing by 65%. So not only they capped it, but they also nerfed it by 65%. Which is again, something that people didn't want to see. Because Pharaoh, for the first time in like the whole expansion, was actually good. And look what they said. The adjustments is pretty heavy, so we wanted to explain why this is necessary. Secret of the Lion damage, which is by the way the 4-piece set, was the set too high due to the bug that caused external power increases. I've already talked about the double dipping on Mastery, by the way. The 4 set dipped on Mastery 9, I talked about that last week. It is true. Enhanced Pharaoh rotation to double dip and even triple dip into those benefits. Correct, that is true. The damage reduction reflects the removal of those repeat benefits and bringing the damage in line with the other set bonuses. We're watching feedback closely and we'll adjust even post-launch if need to arise. Okay, so here's what I think. I feel like they might revert some of that change. I think that's way too harsh of a nerf. Like way too harsh of a nerf. I think we are likely to see maybe some buffs coming in for that one. Or maybe like buff by a little bit. I think that's way too harsh. Because first they capped it, then they nerfed it. It's like pretty much right now dead. The spec was only good because they did a lot of AoE, right? Because like Pharaoh already does good single target, good prior damage, has a good survivability, has decent utility. And now that they nerfed the AoE, it's like, we're getting back to Season 2. Because if you guys remember, what was the Pharaoh major issue for Season 2 and 1? Their AoE, right? And now that they were given AoE, they were already looking good. The matter of fact is, now they will look quite crappy. I'm sorry to say it. Next change, Guardian Druid. Okay, so that's something that I talked about as well. Guardian Druid got significantly nerfed, DPS wise. Now the healing aspect, that doesn't matter. That is irrelevant. It's literally irrelevant because it's still gonna be like so tanky, so it doesn't matter. The damage, however, is a good nerf because if you guys have seen some Guardian Druids for doing like 300k burst or like 250k burst, in my opinion that was getting out of control. I like to see that. That is more nerf focused on like if you pull like really big, that's where Guardian can really shine. However, with this nerf, you're likely to expect for them to get like a lot less AoE output. Okay, so I like that. I definitely like this change. This is also, by the way, probably reflected on MDI meta. I think if this wasn't changed, MDI meta would be like Guardian Druid, like pretty much for most of the dungeons, and some smaller put dungeons, like for example, Theater of Pain or Spires, you might see Pro Paladin again. But I think that's a good nerf. I like that. And here comes the cake of today, chat. Look at that. Frost Age, Frozen Orb nerfed by 80%, Blizzard nerfed by 5%, and also the reduced cooldown Frozen Orb is now 0.25, not 0.5. Good. The Conduit was also nerfed and cannot occur more often than 0.35 seconds. Now, what does that mean for us? That means two things. The first thing means is we're gonna get significantly less AoE, I would say. I don't know, I don't wanna speculate and tell you the exact percentage because I haven't done the math myself. But roughly in my head, I would say at least like 40% nerf on AoE. Like past 5 targets, I would say like at least 40%. Like, again, this is a napkin number. It could be wrong. It could be more, could be less. But on average, that's right now in my head right now. So it's gonna be much harder to reset your ice events. So therefore, the uptime of ice events will be pretty bad. As you guys already know, the more often you cast ice events, the more you double dip into your rune of power. So rune of power, ice event gives you another rune of power. And then you do like, shifting power, bam, rune of power again. And if you guys don't know, rune of power increases your damage by 40%. Is it? Or 60%? Is it? Either 40 or 60%. Which is, again, very big. So that change itself is very big. That's going to also impact their single target. Especially, as somebody said in the chat, the conduit will also reflect on their single target. Dipping by like, I think, 11% or so, that you guys said. So that's also pretty big. I think Mage is still going to be very good, but it's not going to be as powerful as before. So Frost Mage has everything. Frost Mage has private damage, single target, funnel damage, good utility, good survivability, immunity, insane mobility, self-sustain. You have everything. Everything you have. So it was only natural for you to like get some nerfs. Also, you have a consistent back-to-back damage, which is also very important. The nerf was actually justified and, in my opinion, expected. Just like I expect, for example, Survival Hunter to be fixed and nerfed. If you guys think that Survival will go live like this, you're lying to yourself. So here's what I expect forward with Mage. I expect Mage to be they either gonna do either fire buffs for single target, or they're gonna do frost buffs for single target. Now, here's the thing. Fire is already good in PvP. Therefore, if they buff fire further for raiding, it's gonna be very OP for PvP. So I think buffing fire is not gonna be the case for them. However, buffing frost, single target, or arcane could definitely change the way people play. So maybe you guys are gonna be forced to play arcane for progress or frost for progress, not fire. I doubt they're gonna touch fire. Again, that is my speculation. It is not something that they will do. It's something that I think they might go for. I expect like either like arcane or frost mage, like, ST buffs. I'm inclining more to arcane, to be honest. Monk, Bountiful Brew now extends the duration of your Boneless Brew if it triggers while a target is currently affected by Boneless Brew. Again, I'm not sure exactly how to interpret that one. For me, it sounds like a tooltip change. Or maybe like a bug fix, I would say. Not really tooltip change. Okay, at last, this priest 2-piece changes. Freely casted Shadowlands, grant 2 extra seconds for atonement on the target. 16 total duration of the 10 seconds. Shadowland no longer consumes all the stacks. Manifested Twilight. Okay. Again, I already talked about that one. I think that the set of this priest was actually like nothing too amazing. I guess they're trying to like further buff this priest set and make it a bit more applicable / viable. So overall, I would say pretty good. I like it, but it doesn't solve the main issue. But pretty good. That's a good change. I like it. But that's gonna be pretty much all changes for the classes. But there are a lot more stuff to look for today. Okay. So Mistweaver boys, we got some Mistweaver changes. They're buffing their 4-piece set. Now that doesn't make any sense. What is the main strength of Mistweaver Monk right now? The HPS is the main strength, okay? So look at that. Drinking the Thunder Focus Tea summons some motherfucker or rune, increasing all healing dealt with while inside the rune by that much. So previously it was 123 and now it's 450. So putting calculator, 450 divided by 123, that is 365% buff to that. So if you guys thought that they were doing good HPS, now they're gonna be broken as fuck. What is that, dude? What? That was so unexpected, by the way. So they keep buffing their HPS. As I already said, Monk is extremely good in HPS. They don't need more of that. So you're saying that they were trying to compensate for the previous nerf. So I think even with the nerf, by the way, they were still pretty good. Even with the nerf. And now that's gonna be like, I don't know. I think that's overkill. I think this is overkill. I think now they're gonna be busted as fucking rating. Again, this wouldn't change anything for Mythic Plus. Mythic Plus, they're still gonna be last. All the links by the way are on Discord. Here you go. All the links are on Discord. If you go WoW News right here, you check the pinned messages, everything's here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, they're here. All of them. Go and snag them. Did they announce 9.2? Nope. We don't have a 9.2 announcement yet. Which is very surprising, by the way. Okay, realistically, chat, like, if we don't have the announcement by tomorrow, do you think they're gonna give us only 12 days? Because look, we need at least 1 week of like downtime, you know, what is the word? Off season. So we need like at least 1 week of off season.